Sitting here with Matt Dillon. Didn't even have to read your name off the sheet, Matt. Armored name of the movie, and I'm a fan, but I don't know. Have we met?
I don't think we've ever met, no.
Why?
I don't know. But I've always liked your show.
Really?
Or shows.
What do you like about me, Matt?
Well, I like that show that you did.
The Man Show?
The Man Show. The other one I liked too.
The Loveline Show?
Yeah, that was really out there. That was good. I like that.
Yeah. Pioneering. A lot of people would say groundbreaking.
How long did that show go for?
How long does it feel like it went for, or how long did it go for? The radio show I did for almost 11 years, and I was just thinking about the radio Loveline show is 25, it's been about 25 years.
Wow,
I mean,
really?
Dr. Drew did that show Sunday nights for about 5-8 years, and then they went full-time to 5 nights a week for like 3 years, and I did it for like 11 years, and then I have been gone for like 4 years. So
I can't even keep up with all this math.
It's like 140 years. Like as long as Levi's have been around, they were the first sponsor when they're made of burlap. It's insane. Yeah, Dr. Drew's been doing that show for over 25 years, and I don't know how many other radio shows have been on that long. But forget about me. Forget about Loveline.
Yeah.
Let's talk about you. I want to know. I feel like I've been watching you since before I was beating off, and then once I saw you, I really stepped up my game.
Oh, man.
But
you ramped it up. Huh?
I really stepped it up after Rumblefish. No, I feel like you've just been on TV or on the big screen since I've had a TV or since I've been going to the movies. How old were you?
I don't know how old you are.
I think we're the same age.
Okay, first time would have been in '78. I did this movie Over the Edge, and I think it was on HBO or one of those shows before it came in theaters.
Yes,
so that was
it was on
'79 or '78.
It played Over the Edge. I think played on cable for 5 years nonstop on a loop.
Exactly, and then it came out. Then they released it later on.
Oh yeah,
which they would never do now.
Yeah, it's bizarre, but yeah, I didn't have cable, but my friends who lived up in the hills that had them, every time I'd come over and turn on the Z channel or whatever it was, HBO or whatever they had back then, Over the Edge was playing. Now, you were like housing development, tough guy, that was chick. Like, I just remember bits and pieces of it.
Well, basically, I play a juvenile delinquent.
Yeah.
I get killed by a cop, and then they burn down the high school in revenge. That's basically it. I mean, that's the...
Where was that shot?
We shot it all over Colorado.
All over Colorado?
Shot it Denver, Aurora, Greeley, where they make, I think, where the McDonald's slaughterhouses are.
Oh, really?
I don't remember smelling any hamburgers.
Place. So you start off... That's your first film. And you start off... you're back east, I'm guessing, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody takes a look at you when you're 14 and just goes, God damn, this kid's good looking. We got to get him in movies.
Well, no, I mean, that's how I got in the first one because, like you said, God damn, he's good looking. And no, I think it was more the attitude that got me in that first one. But then I went to acting school. I went to acting school for a couple years, and then just kept working from there.
And your brother, by the way, God bless him with the entourage and all that, all that's happening for him.
I get a lot of that. Hey, you're in that movie, you're in that show. I'm like, oh, that's very nice. Yeah, it's entourage.
But to be fair, he had 30 years of that, right?
Well, yeah, sure. But now I guess I can always just pin it on him too.
Sure. Is there a third brother we should feel sorry for?
Actually, if we're going to feel sorry for anybody, we're going to feel sorry for my one sister surrounded by 5 brothers.
Wow.
Yeah, I got 4. So there's me, Kevin, and there's my older brother Paul, and then 2 other brothers.
So you're almost like the Baldwins.
How many are they?
I think there's 5 of them. Well, there's always 2 in rehab, so I don't know if we should count them. There's 2 that revolve out of rehab, in and out of rehab. They tag each other out. It's like a wrestling match. The other guy has to come in over the ropes. I think there's like 4 Baldwin brothers, but it feels like there's more of them.
There's a lot of them, definitely.
But like even Alec Baldwin feels like
they're
there's three
all
of
actors,
him, you know?
Right?
They're all they're actors, but it's actually funny because it's like the mom's vagina hit for the cycle. They got an A-lister, a B-lister, a C-lister, a D-lister, and there's probably a fifth one who does porn.
That's not
like
right.
I'm just saying, it's like
That's
hitting.
not right.
Well, it's true. They kind of hit for the cycle. I mean, look, you could
They're
do
a talented
worse.
family. They're a talented family.
Some of them are talented. Some of them are religious nut jobs. I mean, you know, let's be honest. Look, here's the thing. Alec, I think, could have spread the talent around a little, but I feel like he hogged all the talent in the Baldwin
He's good.
family. Oh, he's good.
I think he's got the record for SNL appearances.
Yeah, he's
really
does
good
a
with
spot
comedy,
on Charles
man. He's
Nelson
funny.
Riley. I mean, he does better Charles Nelson Riley than Charles Nelson Riley.
He's funny.
Yeah. All right. So enough about that, fam. So now you have other brothers who don't act.
Yeah.
They're regular civilians.
Yep.
They have regular gigs.
Regular gigs.
And a sister who was probably thrilled for you guys, right?
I guess she seems thrilled most of the time with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a
she's
little
thrilled
resentful.
with us.
Yeah.
But I think growing up in the house with five brothers was a nightmare for her.
Yeah. It's never
And
good.
five brothers, then all of their friends, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but you know what?
It was kind of good for
Growing
us
up-
when she brought her friends around, but
Yeah. Did she bring her friends around?
she did.
Yeah, and you were one of those guys that was always good looking. I mean, I know. Just sit
I don't
back
think they
and
looked
take
at
the
me in those.
compliment.
You
But
know,
I'm just saying, you weren't one of these guys that grew into your looks, or once you hit puberty, or once you got a little gray around the
really
temples or something.
Want
you
to
were always
talk
good
about my
looking.
looks?
I know, but I
never
am.
think yeah.
You were always good looking.
You're not bad looking.
I'm not chopped liver, but it's a push. I'm not going to get anything. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to help. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to win people over, with
your personality,
with my
which you do.
charming
Which you do.
personality. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you. So the movie, by the way, Armored, which we haven't spoken about yet, you play the elder statesman of the group.
Well, I would say that Jean Reno is an older statesman than me.
Yes.
If we're talking about elder statesmen, and so
Yes.
is Fishburne. But I play sort of the ringleader, the sort of mastermind behind the heist, and Columbus Short plays a rookie who works in my truck under my command.
Right. And that's why I said
our
elder statesman.
our relationship.
To him, you're a mentor to him.
I'm a mentor to him as his father was to me.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this relationship of trust. And we have this bond, and he's sort of the last link. We got five guys; they're all committed to the heist,
Right.
and he's the one that everybody's concerned about. Is he going to come on board? And I'm the one who has to manipulate him into coming on board.
And because you can't have one guy who's going to snitch out the rest of the guys.
That's a problem. Yeah.
The
becomes a loose end. Yeah.
loose end, and you know what happens to loose ends. I like those movies. So when they ask, you
It's
know
true.
what happens.
I don't like this. That's one of those.
I was talking to
nights.
Laurence Fishburne, and he said he's never really had a day job. He's never had tons of acting. He started acting.
He started really
on a
young.
PT boat when he was 9, and
Did he really?
No, he was 14.
Yeah,
but
right.
For
he
the
was
love
15.
of Christ, he was in Apocalypse
I
Now
know.
when he was 14.
I know, it's
14.
unbelievable.
Are
Man.
there laws in place that would prevent that now?
I think all the laws went out the window when they made that movie.
Yeah,
I think whatever laws there were
we're like, we're going to
disregarded.
burn the jungle down. Fine. So you started probably about that age too, right?
Yeah, 14, first thing.
And
then we worked together. He and I worked together when I was. He was a little older than me, but when I was 18, we did Rumblefish with Coppola.
And you have had a run where you've never actually, since 14 till now, not had more than a year off, not had to take a waiting gig.
I've gone a little more than a year off, or about a year off a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And the only job I ever had, I failed at. I was a paper boy, and I was a bad paper boy. I had a balance. They fired me. So, I mean, thank God I found this gig, because I wasn't really
So essentially,
I wasn't even a good paper boy, you know.
Essentially, never
This
really.
is what happens with actors. So people just can't do anything else.
I know you guys modestly say that, but there's a lot of people that can't do anything else that are sitting home waiting for the Meals on Wheels van to come by and slide some lasagna under their door right now that their cat's going to get to because they're drunk on Night Train and watching Days of Our Lives. This is the kind of not have any skills we should all have. I mean, the kind of.
Hey, don't talk about my family like that. No.
So, where is the family living? The rest of the family.
I'm just
Kevin
joking.
around
Everybody.
here.
No, I'm in New York. Kevin's out here.
You're in New York.
Mostly everybody's in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly everybody's in the
You like New
the
York?
greater metropolitan area.
Better than L.A.
It's not better or worse. You know, I'm not. There are a lot of people that engage in that, like, I hate L.A. or I hate New York, and there's this kind of weird thing.
Right.
But I'm comfortable in both places. I mean, I got friends. I got Kevin's out here. I got friends out here.
Hey, did you?
And I'm out here. My work's out here a lot.
You must have lived out here at some point.
Lived out
for a
here,
while.
but I've always lived out here for like maybe a year at a time, or 6 months at a time, or 3 months at a time, usually for work. But I'm out here so much. But I've never bought a place out here. I've rented places out here. So I've always kept my base in New York.
Single, not married, no kids.
No kids.
And I know everything's been kind of bumped back 20 years in terms of, everyone's living until their 80s and everyone's having kids when they're in their 50s and stuff now. But do you want kids?
Yeah, I'd like to have kids in the right circumstances, with the right woman. I mean, you want to make sure that you want to get that right first.
Yeah,
My friend's like, why don't you get a cat, and if that works out, and get a dog.
Right.
If that works out, then maybe you can think about having a girl move in.
Work your way.
Maybe you work your way up.
Yeah, you work your way into
I don't know. I haven't even gotten to the point with the cat yet.
But let me just give you some sagely advice here from the guy who was on Loveline for almost 11 years. Find a nice, sane civilian to marry.
Sane. I think that's the operative word there.
Sane and nice and a good mom. Like, first, what you don't want is, hey, how's your dad doing? I hope that pig dies. You know what I mean? I'd kill myself if he wasn't in the joint. Like, you don't want, you want, I love my dad.
Absolutely.
I love my dad, and you want nice. Because let me tell you, a lot of people get into this, she's dynamic, and she's artistic, and she's funny, and she's creative. You got enough friends that are enough of that. And plus, you work in a business.
I have people that are always like, make sure she doesn't challenge you enough. And I'm like, life is a challenge,
I know. It's like saying, I want to buy a car that challenges me. What do you mean? You want to just turn the key and drive, right? I don't want one that challenges me where the seat's always in the wrong position and the GPS is calling me an asshole. I don't want
Brakes
that.
Go out on
Brakes go out when you're going down a mountain road. Just give me solid starts every morning. Know exactly when you put it in drive what you're going to get. Yes. Forget all the challenging. Forget it. You work in an industry.
She doesn't challenge you, man.
I know. Work in an industry that's filled with creative people. Your day is filled with creativity. You want to come home to nice, and your kids, your future kids, they're going to want nice and stable. You understand?
You're laying out my future. I think this is terrific.
Right.
We're going to continue this.
Find a civilian and just go nice and stable. Really, I'm serious.
No. I think that's sound advice.
And then in 20 years, you marry the nanny. I mean, this is a full plan. This is not just the next 6 months. You know, I'm laying it out. I'm like a financial consultant. I'm looking forward to your retirement. That's your nest egg.
I'm getting excited about the nanny.
That's your nest egg. All right.
I'm down the road, divorced with children.
Armored is the name of the film. Matt Dillon is the name of our guest. It is out as we speak. Matt, a treat.